VGK wanted a win with all of its regulars in the lineup, but an Ethan Cardwell hat trick defeats VGK, the Golden Knights, in the final dress rehearsal as the Sharks down the Golden Knights 4-1 Friday night. Cardwell beating Aiden Hill, who looked rusty, twice, and added an empty netter in the game. Hill hadn't played in the preseason very much, his first action in a week. We'll talk about it more ahead coming up on this Monarch Monday edition of Locked On Golden Knights.
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hi again, everyone, from Las Vegas. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick. Thanks for making us your first listen every day. You can find us wherever you get your podcast. I am a longtime sportscaster, a marketing consultant, and the host of the Believe in Vegas podcast with our guest this week, NASCAR driver Ross Chastain. And Chris is the owner of Silver State Cards and Sports and the host of the Hockey News Collectibles show with, you guessed it, Chris Golick. Coming up ahead on today's show, we'll talk about Alexander Holtz, and he's making moves there to make the roster, and more Eichel and Marner player rankings. A reminder that you can now catch us on SSSEN, that is the Sports and Entertainment Network, statewide, everywhere throughout the Silver State. Tune in Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. is the time. You can catch it on Cox Cable Channel 77 and on YouTube TV. We are brought to you today by FanDuel. Go to FanDuel.com. So, Chris, let's start off with Aiden Hill. Looked really shaky, gave up 3 goals, and he had given up 3 goals in the span of his first couple of appearances. Definitely rusty. And on Friday night, you could tell that he needed more work, more repetitions before the start of the season.
First goal of the game, I thought that Cardwell made a real nice move, changed his angle, a.k.a. David Perron style back in 2017, 2018 days, and used the defenseman as a screen. I'm like, okay, that's a good shot. Then I watched the replay. I'm like, Aiden Hill saw that puck all the way in. Come on. And then another goal kind of finds its way through traffic, but I think Aiden had a pretty direct view of it. And then you had the backdoor play, which we'll break that down in a little bit. But you had the backdoor play where Aiden Hill is like, okay, they got me. I'm just going to stay over here right now. So I don't know if Hill is just going through the motions. I put uninterested. I mean, the intern put uninterested in the graphic today. And
wow.
I think Hill was as uninterested as the rest of the team right now.
So, again, he gave up the 3 goals. And, VGK wanted to come out of Friday's final preseason game with something. With a win, some positives perhaps, so that they could carry some momentum into the opener coming up next Wednesday.
What was the
and
positive?
I talked about this last week. I talked about the fact that the Golden Knights, and they wound up still without scoring the first goal in any of these preseason games. That's one thing that caught my attention. They need a quicker start as they go into the regular season starting Wednesday against the Kings.
Yeah, I mean, and Cassidy did talk about chasing games and how difficult that is in this league and everything in a recent presser. Talked about on Thursday's show things you want to see in the final preseason game. And a win was about the 3rd or 4th most important thing, but you did want to see a win. And if you don't get the win, you do want to see chemistry. You want to see clean. You want to see clean hockey, and again, it's hockey. It's not best on best in this case, but it's the Golden Knights basically opening night roster versus a bunch of Sharks, 3rd and 4th liners and things like that. But you still want to see crisp passing. You want to see clean zone time. You want to see. You want to win the neutral zone. You want to win the little battles and things. And you said positives. What positive can you think of that came out of this game besides everyone is healthy?
Well, to me, the positive music, the Taylor Swift music, and I blamed DJ Joe Green, but he was at the Aces game, so he retorted back on X. The Eichel line with Marner on Monarch Monday and Barbashev, I thought Eichel showed his elite passing skills again. Oh, my goodness. Once they get clicking, watch out. Katie barred the door. Marner had some ridiculous.
Wait, hold on. Wait, what the door?
Katie bar the door.
What does that
It's
mean?
an expression. Look it up. Google it.
What year?
Circa 1947.
When the TVs had dials on them?
Yes, from back in the day.
Okay,
So back to Marner, those ridiculous passes. He had one between two defenders. I still don't know how he gets the puck there, but we saw Eichel. He just ran out of space and was right there at the mouth of the goal. And you have to credit Nedeljkovic, who played, I thought, a pretty good game.
Yeah.
And then Eichel had a nice return pass and another sequence to Marner. Marner also stopped by Nedeljkovic on the breakaway. But you can tell, man, we got a glimpse of what things might look like. Oh, yeah, there's a third man on that line, Barbashev, who also I thought played pretty well. And you can get a glimpse of how this line will look, how things are going to unfold at the start of the season. Watch out, because once that chemistry sets in, there's no telling where they can go.
Monday, October 6th. Tony, very, very positive about VGK. Put this in your books, guys.
In your journals.
In your journals. On your napkins. We need swag napkins. We need swag napkins. Let's do a review of a couple of these goals really fast here and just kind of roll through this. Let's see. Share screen, entire screen, window. Boom. There it is right there. And hold on, someone gave me credit. Someone gave me a tip about this. Check this out here. Actually, no, I can do the whole screen. We do the whole screen, right, Tony?
Okay.
There it is. Boom. And then we got to zoom. We even zoom a little bit there.
That Grubhub ad looks pretty good right now.
That does look pretty good. Yeah, let's get some money for that. All right, so first goal here.
Is it going to work?
There it comes right there. So puck is on Marner's stick. There's a turnover by Lazan. Korzak is stuck in a 2-on-1. This is where I thought like the angle got changed, but no, this is top of the circle. Aiden Hill sees that all the way in. We're not going to waste a lot of time on that one. This goal I do want to spend a moment on, though. This is going to be a power play goal. So Marner, whoever 56 is, skates around Marner not once but twice. They find the open ice, and then Theodore overcommits. Eichel, where's McNabb? Like, this is I get it. It's preseason.
Eichel got burned.
No, I get it. It's preseason. They're working through things fine, but just, I mean, Marner, elite defenseman, that's not good. McNabb is stuck here, and McNabb right here, like, this is where the goal. This is the goal. The play is over right now. Wide open, whoever 84 is, I'm sure he'll do great with the Barracuda next season. And then here comes the overcommit. What McNabb, this is not where you need to be on a penalty kill. I'm an amateur coach, but I know this. And then boom, it's over. It's over. Eichel didn't even get burned. Eichel's watching his area. Wow, maybe he could have picked up a Fanasev.
The positioning of Aiden Hill, that's awful right
this
there.
This is the one where he just, the back door is open. He's like, okay, you win.
I'm done. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, no, uninterested. Last goal really fast. This is, again, Marner is in the middle here. And this is actually a really nice play. You chip the puck into the corner. You beat Lazan in a battle. And then, again, another clean shot right there. Just one more look here. This is just an example of when there's nothing there. Chip the puck deep.
All right. Give him credit. Good passing by the Sharkies.
This is a great play. No, that is where the goal happens right there. Little thing right. Boom. Nothing is there. You wait for everyone to get there, and you get a goal. We'll do the Holtz goal really fast because why not? Hurdle wins a battle. I like that. Lazan cheats in. Saad is there to protect. And then Holtz is right there. Hurdle's right there. We'll watch that one more time. So again,
great for the audio folks here. Let's watch.
Right, I'm explaining. You got dots. Don't worry. Okay. You got the hurdle battle. Saad does a nice job protecting. Finds some open ice. Hits. Looks like a Sharks defender on the way in, and that. Okay,
let me give out I need shout out time. Jeremy Lazan, Sandpaper Man. This is what VGK was lacking. This is exactly what they were missing. Lazan set the NHL record for hits in a season a couple of years ago, and he starts things off by taking a chunk out of Michael Misa, the rookie, and then Zach Ostapchuk takes exception later. They drop the gloves, but Lazan just throws him down like a sack of potatoes.
He lost his balance. They were both laughing about it.
There was the interference against Ty DeAngelo. There was also Vincent Ducharnay roughs him at the end of the second period. Cassidy said, I love the quote on Jeremy Lazan. He says he's going to hit whoever has the friggin' puck That's how he plays. That's my guy.
Last quote: "You can't pass the puck all the way into the net every night." From Coach Cassidy. That's my takeaway.
Coming up next, we've got Bruce Cassidy talking about Alexander Holtz after the game, actually before the game, and he said that he could become a top 9 player in the NHL. We'll tell you more right after this on Locked On Golden Knights. Most people cannot name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it is your 401k or 401ks, your properties, your investments. And when you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. That's why there is Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal financial tool. Definitely helps you get all your finances together. And it's all in one clean, easy to use interface. And it's on your laptop or on your phone. No, as Cassidy might say, no friggin' spreadsheets, right? He would say that probably. And then, of course, you can identify that you aren't saving as much as you thought. And Monarch helps you notice all the inefficient investment allocations that you're putting out there. And you can increase your savings rate. You can easily review your finances with your partner. All of that. It's really important that you check it out and don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use the promo code LOCKEDONNHL at monarchmoney.com in your browser, and you can get half off of your first year. That's 50% off of your first year at monarchmoney.com. Welcome back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick reporting from Las Vegas. We appreciate you making us your first listen. Thank you so much. Of course, subscribe to our Locked On Golden Knights, and hello to all of our good friends tuning in statewide on SSSEN. And VGK, on Friday, they lost Cole Schwindt. We have to get to that before we proceed. And Schwindt, you may recall, was part of that big deal. He was with the Florida Panthers, part of that deal that sent Matthew Tkachuk to Florida. And so VGK retains the other players that were on waivers on Friday when we last left you: Dylan Coughlin, Raphael Lavoie, Tanner Lazinski, Jacob Megna. So they all are part of Henderson, where there's free parking. There's free parking.
And $3 hot dogs this weekend.
$3 dogs.
Boom.
$3 dogs. Alexander Holtz, let's talk about him because he scored a much-needed goal on a wrister just 23 seconds after the second Cardwell goal. That gave the Sharks a 3-0 lead. Cassidy earlier in the day had said that Holtz would need to be in the top 9 if he's going to make it in the NHL. And Korzak and Saad had assist on that goal, but a top 9 player. Is he?
My question is, why isn't Howden a top 9 player? I mean, what are we talking about here? I guess let's start there. So is Holtz a top 9 player in the NHL? I mean, are we dealing with fool's gold right now? I think is my first question, right? Holtz has kind of become the darling, outside of Joe Fleming, of course, but Holtz has become the darling of the preseason right now.
Oh, don't forget about Braden Bowman, bro.
Braden Bowman. Yeah,
he's going to make the team from day one. Okay.
And again, what are we talking about? Okay, 163 games, 46 points. That's not top 9 numbers right there, number one. That's, 18 points a season or something like that, base, or 22 points a season, which that the numbers definitely don't align right there. He's 23 years old. There's still some upside there, and there's experience there. What is going to happen? Is Holtz all of a sudden going to be a different player? Is he more motivated because he temporarily lost his income and doesn't have an NHL contract? What's his plan B? Does he have a plan B? All these things are going through his mind right now. Will that fuel Holtz to be a top 9 player? Cassidy hinted a little bit that it seems like it's him and Reinhart battling for that last roster spot from the way I heard it in the presser. Steve Karp asked if the decision is beyond Coach Cassidy's pay grade who stays. Karp, we love you, but I think Cassidy has a pretty heavy share in that decision. He's not going to necessarily say that. So I don't know. I mean, what option do the Golden Knights have? What's the better option? Argo, this is the best bad idea we have by far.
It's Holtz, Reinhart, and Ronbjorg. They're still in camp, right? And that's what Cassidy was saying. And they'll be the final 3 cuts here, you'd have to believe. But
Ronbjorg line 4 and Howden line 3 done. Let's play hockey.
Holtz drew a couple of penalties. So this was big here because I know that you were talking during the offseason about the fact that the Golden Knights aren't drawing penalties. So I think that helps his cause. One of the 2 penalties on Shane Bowers, the other on a Carl Grundstrom cross-check. And we've been saying this all along. Again, that's a plus when you can draw penalties with his team. Does Holtz break camp as the 13th man, 13th forward, do you think?
Yeah, I think it's due to lack of options. I liked what I said a second ago. I mean, if it's Holtz basically taking Dorofeev's spot on line 3, I would rather see Howden take Dorofeev's spot, a 22 goal scorer last season, if I recall, or 20 goal scorer, whatever Howden had, instead of burying Howden on the 4th line, then let Ronbjorg go down and play a responsible 4th line defensive game for 8 to 11 minutes a night. I think that's
Ronbjorg is an Olympian.
Ronberg's an Olympian. There you go. Boom. What a great spot. What a great situation to have on the 4th line. Even better. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they like something about Holtz. Maybe they like Holtz as the insurance plan. Maybe they know that Holtz can go in the top 9 anywhere, besides the center position if the situation presents itself. I mean, listen, Holtz did top out at 28 points in an 82-game season in primarily bottom 6. The bottom 2 forward lines, line 3 and 4. So there's some upside there. Is this a system thing as to why he hasn't worked in Vegas? Does he not want to do the little things right? But what you just said right there, he drew penalties. That is outside of winning your battles and winning your races. Drawing penalties is right up there with doing the little things right. And if Holtz is able to keep his feet moving, because that's how you draw penalties, if he's able to keep his feet moving, be an agitator to a degree out there, be difficult to play against, then yeah, Holtz can find a spot in the top 9, and he's going to have to find a path to about 12 to 14 goals.
So again, keep in mind that Holtz is on the PTO. He's had a really good camp. Tanner Pearson, he came to camp and eventually signed a 1-year contract. And I don't know if you saw his goal in the shootout on Friday.
Oh, they let Tanner Pearson take a shootout attempt.
Oh yeah, he scored. He scored the goal.
It must not have been the dress rehearsal.
Who's the goalie? Not Wolf. Who's the goalie there? Okay, so anyway,
who they play?
It trickled in. Cal Gary. They played Cal Gary.
Was it Dustin Wolf?
It was Wolf. Yeah, it was Wolf. Yeah.
It's Dustin Wolf.
Oh,
line 1, Tanner Pearson. Cheers, buddy.
It hits him, and then there's that Vegas sorcery that he picked up while he was playing for VGK because everything's rigged here.
Good for Tanner Pearson. Good for him.
Hey, let's go back and this day in PTO history. So Max Comtois didn't get a contract. Remember, Cassidy hated him. He's like, why is this guy here? But in 2017, let's go back and turn back the clock. We had Kenny Morrison, the defenseman, on a PTO, and he did not get signed. So there's your history there for the day.
How long was that sitting on the napkin for? We got full time in the segment or what?
That napkin, it was on the very bottom on the right corner, and I found that data right there for you. But yeah, but now I'm still, I don't know. Okay, Holtzy, as they might call him. What happens next, though? Is he going to sign the stinking contract? Because they want him. I believe they want him to sign a contract with the Golden Knights. So what happens?
I mean, listen, let's compare Comtois and Holtz, not the 2 players, but the situations.
Right.
By about the 4th preseason game, it just felt like Comtois was there filling a spot in the preseason games. He was playing with top 6 players. He was playing on the 4th line. He was playing all over the place. And you never got the vibe that this was working. Holtz, there is positivity. There is a vibe like, okay, maybe this is going to be a better version of Holtz. I'm not sold on it, but I don't know if there's a better option. If they're envisioning Holtz on the 3rd line, if they're looking to fill Pavel Dorofeev's spot in the short term, Holtz is the option that they're going to go with. I still personally would prefer Ronbjorg breaking camp. Ronberg's got his contract. He's got his waiver situation. Got all that worked out. And then you have Brett Howden on that 3rd line. That's what I would prefer to see.
I know it's above Cassidy's pay grade, but I'm wondering why in the world, Holtz didn't sign the friggin' contract, the offer contract sheet. Coming up next, VGK has 3 players in the Locked On Network, 4 players in the Locked On Network's top 100 list. This is something new that we put together. We'll tell you who they are next, right here on Locked On Golden Knights. Where in the, can you Google Kenny Morrison? I wonder where he is today. Kenny Morrison. Okay. So the NFL season is here, and FanDuel has an offer you don't want to miss. Right now, new customers can bet just $5, and you will get $300 in bonus bets if you win. That's right. You pick a bet, you put down 5 clamolas, and if it hits, you will unlock $300 in bonus bets that you can use across the application. I love how FanDuel gives you so many ways to play. So you can build parlays. You can definitely try those player props. There's some real good ones out there. And you can even follow the live lines and betting during the games. It makes you watch football, and it becomes more exciting when you've got a little bit something extra that you can root for. You get into the action. So whether you're a casual or you love diving into all the stats, FanDuel makes the game day experience so much better. What are you waiting for? Visit FanDuel.com today. Download the FanDuel app and get things started. FanDuel.com. Back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights, it's Monarch Monday. We appreciate you tuning in. That's our feature each and every Monday for the next 8 years. We appreciate you tuning in. Thanks so much for subscribing. Please, if you haven't yet, subscribe to our Locked On Golden Knights YouTube channel. Again, shout outs to everyone tuning in on SSSEN. And if you haven't yet, you can experience this and the little telestrator or whatever that is with the puck bouncing around with little dots.
Visualizer.
The visualizer. You can catch that, of course, as well on TV daily at 1 o'clock. Did you find anything about Morrison?
Yeah, so September 11th, unfortunately, is the date, but September 11th, 2017, the opening of VGK training camp roster opens. Kenny Morrison is on there with Alex Barry-Boulet and Dave Clarkson and Reed Duke and Cody Eakin and Oscar Lindberg. God, there's a right there. Nick Suzuki, that would have been nice to hold on to.
Yeah, they should.
And then September the 22nd, 11 days later, Cody Glass, Nick Suzuki, Nick Hague, and Dylan Coughlin are returned to their junior teams with Bryce Gravis, Stefan McCauley, Kenny Morrison, Dmitry Osipov are joining the Chicago Wolves training camp. There we go.
All right. And that's where we lost him.
And Morrison last played 22-23 with the Hellebron Falcons in the Del 2.
Whatever that is.
Delaware Hockey League?
No, Delaware, maybe. Yeah. Del 2.
Delaware.
So we just make stuff up. If we don't know it, make it up, as they say.
Make it till you make it.
So each Locked On show host like Golick and I put together, we were tasked to put together a list of 6 players, and then our entire network voted on the Locked On Top 100. Well, on the periphery, we have William Karlsson. Was he really ranked 101st?
101. Just missed it.
I didn't. Okay. Tomas Hertl was in there. He was ranked at the bottom. Oh, there he is, number 100. He was ranked. Shouldn't he be ranked higher? Come on, man. Give Tomas a little bit of respect.
It's fine. It's fine where he is.
And then you can go down the list there. We don't.
Yeah, so let's kind of scroll through. We can highlight a player in
talk
these
about it so people
VGK.
on the audio side know what the heck you're saying.
Yeah, so right now we got the top of 81 through 90 youngsters: Lane Hudson, Anze Kopitar in his final season. Numbers 71 through 80, goaltender Darcy Kemper, Malkin's in here, Marty Natchez. 61 to 70, Matt Barzal. Celebrini coming in at 68. Bedard comes in at 64. That's going to be an interesting situation to watch with those two. 51 to 60, Philip Forsberg, Devon Taves, Matt Boldy, Minnesota Wild. There we go. And here's our next VGK entry. Coming in at 49, Shea Theodore.
Shea Theodore, right? So ranked 49th. He appeared, when I looked at numbers the other day, 125 career playoff games and 73 points in those aforementioned games. And I think that's a huge stat there. I can't believe he's played in that many playoff games, number one. And then, of course, due to the broken wrist in the Four Nations last season, he only appeared in 67 games with 57 points.
We do a hot take show maybe on Tuesday. Maybe we'll talk about Shea Theodore and my vision for him to become a Norris winner at some point in his illustrious career. 31-40, Adam Fox, there you go. Rangers coming in 39. Tage Thompson, 34. Get Tage Thompson out of Buffalo. That's my petition. Get Tage Thompson out of Buffalo
Shiny
so we
toy.
can see what he's
Come
really
here.
doing.
Yeah, come here.
Yeah, come anywhere. I mean, geez. Alex Ovechkin coming in at 26. I don't know where Ovechkin should come, but 26 doesn't feel high enough. Dude's amazing.
Yeah.
And here's our next two VGK entries. Jack Eichel and Mitch Marner coming back-to-back.
Marner Monday.
15.
Okay, so yeah, the top 15 players, no doubt. I had Mark Stone on the nomination list, and he wound up on the top 10 LTIR list, I guess. I didn't see that.
Which is probably why he wasn't listed. If he could string a season together, he's easily inside that top 60, top 50.
There's definitely East Coast bias on this list. If you learn something,
East Coast bias and lift.
Okay. All right, go ahead. Proceed with the rest of this so we get it in.
All right, and top 10, McDavid, McKinnon, Draisaitl. Quinn Hughes coming at 10. I don't like Austin Matthews at 6. I think Eichel is a better player, and that's I guess where we can. And Kaprizov at 8. Waiting to see where Kaprizov, how the Kaprizov effect happens, as there's a lot of scuttlebutt about contracts right now.
Yeah, next season, if we do this again, because this was a real tedious process. I said that I got Canadian on you. Next year, Mitch Marner and Jack Eichel. If this trends the way I think it will, top 10 players. Like,
especially if they win the cup. Especially if they win the cup.
Yeah, but remember, though, the Golden Knights didn't get a ton of respect, when they won the cup, like for lists and what have you, and nominations for awards. What came out of that?
Jesse Pollock put out
What
there
came out of that?
Take. Eichel's going to be the top, going to win the MVP.
They got the Lady Bang award out of it, I think. We appreciate everyone tuning in, especially that was previously to the cup year. We appreciate everyone tuning in, especially our everydayers. Thank you so much. And don't forget, you can tune in now on SSSEN, and that's cable channel 77 on Cox on the box. For Chris Golick, Tony Cardasco from Las Vegas. See you on Tuesday right here on Locked On Golden Knights.